Welcome to the cruise port of Charlotte Amalie, St. Thomas. You can see the ship is behind me and the port is over there. We're gonna do a quick walkthrough of the cruise port, show you what's going on over here and what there is right in the port. And then we'll see if we can walk a little bit outside of the port and see what else we have going on over there. So stay tuned and follow along. Sluisgracht, Amsterdam. I don't know, cool little tanker there, some type. And you see we have the entrance to the port here from the gangway, and you can see it's not a very big port over here, but I'll show you what they have going on. I'll show you the taxi area right outside, which is where most people will take some transport to get the beaches, get the excursions, things like that. But yeah, let's check it out. Taxis this way, as you can see. So it seems pretty low key right now. We got some kettle corn. We got most of your regular staples, Diamonds International. There's an Effie over here. Probably Cara Aloha. Different jewelry, things like that. I see Del Sol sunglasses. There's often a lot of lizards, iguanas, reptiles of different kinds. Over here, some public restrooms, some restaurants, some shops. There's definitely lots of little vendor stalls, which you'll see around here in a bit. I'll show you in a second. In this back area over here is where you see a lot of these individual stalls. Again, more taxis this way signs. But there's different types of vendors. You know, if you need to get a USVI, US Virgin Islands, or a St. Thomas souvenir, there's lots of different crafts, stalls, shirts, miners, gems. Little visitor center right here. Little vegan food cafe, Crocs outlet. You know, staples. Here's a little directory of this little area right here. You can see the different shops involved in this building right here. Barbecue ribs, barbecue ribs, barbecue ribs. Guy jamming on the sax with his backtrack and a steel drum on the side, you know, regular St. Thomas things. Ah, there's a Cara Aloha, of course. As you can see, we're almost out of the port here, so there's really not this is a very small actual port area compared to, say, St. Kitts. I was just saying, even St. Lucia, those two recent tours I did. But I mean, compared to all of them, St. Martin, it's one of the smallest port areas of any port, because as you can see, once you get past this little square here, we are out of port area. So like the ship is right over there, the gangway's right over there, and by the time you're here, you are in the taxi area. If you saw all the taxis this way sign, they'll lead you right here. So you can see there's different types of tour vehicles, you know, kind of open passenger cabins in the back. So if you have a tour, it'll guide you here. But then if you just want to take a DIY old-fashioned taxi, you can get them all over here, Crown Bay Center at the end as well. So as you can see by the sign, as I was talking about with lizards, iguanas, reptiles in general, you definitely do see them around here. And of course, people like to feed animals. It's disruptive to them, but just goes to show you how omnipresent they are in all these port areas when you're in these tropical ports. You know, a lot of biodiversity. So look out. When we were in Fort Lauderdale just a couple of days ago, there were reptiles everywhere of different kinds, and they were jumping out of bushes and all around. So sometimes they'll be way more active than others. So yeah, just something to keep in mind as you're exploring ports in the Caribbean. So now for the tour, for the video, you can take one of those taxis about probably 5 to 10 or so minutes, depending on traffic, to kind of the downtown area, Charlotte Amalie, where Fort Christian is. Instead, we're going to show the walking route a little bit. I've done this walk many times, and it'll take about 40. What'd you say?
It's my first time, can't wait.
Her first time. So yeah, well, it's a little bit overcast. Hopefully, don't get rained on, but it's warm. So if we do, we do. But we'll bring you along.
Taste me. Chris called taste me. Wow.
Taste me. I wonder what their Yelp reviews look like. So we have the Pueblo supermarket on the left. Basically, this sidewalk that we're on, so really it's just a direct shot. You just walk straight, which will be on the map, straight east, until you hit Fort Christian and the shops and things like that. So yeah, again, it'll be a little bit of a walk, but we're gonna have a nice time. You know, to see these chickens. Any other exceptional wildlife sightings, we will keep you posted. This cool pedestrian cross bridge. Okay, so blast from the past. Long time ago, before I was even Diamond, so several years ago, when I was in St. Thomas, I would walk to St. Thomas, I would do stuff downtown, have a nice time. On the way back towards the ship, I would stop at this little McDonald's. It looks like a, I'll flip it around here. It looks like a little train station or something. It's cute, but I would stop by here for the Wi-Fi and the vibes, you know what I mean, on the way back in, and check my email and make some calls and stuff like that. Back when I was balling on the lower tier level budget and everything else, the beginning of my Path to Pinnacle Club journey many years ago. So yeah, there's also right by this little field and stuff like that. We got a little bit of local area. You can see there's a little marina in the background too. You can see some sailboats and some other ships. So yeah, we're almost to our downtown destination, but little historical detour here at this McDonald's.
Oh my gosh.
Little local juice shop, a little adventurer port here, and we're starting to get to where some of the action is here. The Windward Passage Hotel, and you can see some of the other cruise ships on the. We have a lane splitter on a dirt bike, but sorry about the noise. You can see the Carnival and looks like a Holland America from here. Ships in that port on this side. Really pretty Charlotte Amalie, St. Thomas. Okay, so now we cross the street over near the Greenhouse Restaurant and Bar, and the real attraction right here, Elm Passage, which looks like this big house, but it's actually a nice little mini outdoor mall shopping center. Look, Adidas footwear, Mystic by the Sea, Palm Passage right through here. Some serene, relaxing music, and some nice, sleepy restaurants. And actually, the shopping all looks pretty closed until down here. But let's check it out. Yeah, you see all these little blue doors have different shops. And we passed a nice Spanish restaurant and all kinds of different little shopping and restaurants through here. Rain freeze bars as we continue on towards Fort Christian. Drake's Passage. Let's see what's down Drake's Passage. Need a place out of the heat. This is all stone and tile, and it's dark and air conditioned and cold, so keep that in mind. Drake's Passage. And right outside the fort there's this market. Lots of handmade items, and in with, I'm sure, a lot of non-handmade items, but definitely some local artists and some stands that was pretty cool. Okay, very cool facade up here. Let's see what it says. Fort Christian, a National Historic Landmark. So we finally made it out to Fort Christian. We're gonna enjoy our time walking around here a little bit, enjoying the thing, and then, you know, spend some time together, the weather, and then we're gonna go back the way we came, get back on the ship, and enjoy the rest of our cruise. But if you found this video helpful, a little bit of a taste of St. Thomas, what the port looks like, what outside the port looks like, transportation, and what there is out here on this beautiful U.S. Virgin Island, then consider liking this video. Consider following along with the journey past the Pinnacle Club. Exciting announcements coming soon. So thank you so much for all those who have been here and for supporting the channel, and I will see you all in the next one.
Bye.